वड़ा पाव तो every day I used to eat 2 वड़ा पाव. 2 स्कूल में 2 इधर आके 4.
Why don't you try some vada paos?
इंडिया प्लेयर
For
वड़ा
the
पाव बना रहा
guest,
है.
for the guest. ये भी प्लान था मेरा. कुछ हुआ नहीं क्रिकेट तो वड़ा पाव का स्टॉल.
He's gone for it. It's a six.
Cricket is everything to me. It's like a breakfast, lunch and dinner. You can literally wake me up at any time and ask me to play and I would be there. I don't get good sleep when I don't dream about cricket.
यहाँ की बहुत यादें होगी. यही शुरुआत हुई आपकी?
हाँ, मैं यहीं पर स्टार्ट में आया था. मेरा फर्स्ट सिलेक्शन जब था तो डैड ने मुझे यहाँ पर लाया था. समर कैंप होता था बेसिकली अप्रैल और मई में आफ्टर एग्जाम्स. ऑल द लोकल बॉयज who used to live in the societies around, we used to come here and go for selection. So everything started as a hobby. I never used to take it seriously. I just wanted to come and be with the boys around, be used to the atmosphere, have fun. So I had a coach, his name was Raghavan. Yeah, he believed in me at that time where no one had faith in me because I was underperforming. He was the one who said that, you don't worry, I believe in you. I know that you're going to become a big player in future. And when the coach says, okay, you're going to be a very promising batsman, then your body language and everything changes overall.
The product you are as a batsman, is that natural, pure skill, or has proper formal training, coaching helped you?
Some of it is natural and some of it is mental as well. Because, both goes 50-50. And you have to be mentally very strong when you play at the highest level. So you got to believe in yourself, you got to be positive at that stage. And yes, I think at that time I was really confident about the way I used to approach my innings and my body language used to say at that point of time. But people used to think I was very lazy and lethargic. But I never thought about what they would think about me. I just backed myself and I just used to do the things I liked the way to do. I remember one incident when I was playing India A for the first time. We were playing against Australia A. It was a 4-day match and Rahul Dravid was seeing me for the first time. And it was first day's last over. I had went out to bat. I was batting on 30 or something. Okay. तो सब लोग को लगा कि लास्ट ओवर है, he'll remove the over, आराम से खेल के निकालेगा. Rahul Dravid sir was sitting inside. He bowled a flighted delivery. I stepped out and I, hit it in the air. हवे में गया बॉल, but 6 गया. But इन लोग सब लोग जो ड्रेसिंग रूम में थे, they came out running. ऐसा ऊपर लास्ट का ओवर है, ऐसा कौन मारता है, ऐसा सोच के. That day he basically judged me how I am, Rahul Dravid sir. He came to me and he was like, boss, what is this? Day's last over and you're doing this. But later on, I started realizing about what he was trying to say.
Has Sehwag ever called you and said, "Yaar, tu to mera waris hai"? You seem to have the same Sehwag philosophy of see the ball and hit the ball.
No, but that was before. Now I'm a responsible batsman, and I'm not saying he wasn't a responsible batsman, but yeah, he had that natural flow, and he's far better than anyone because I have experienced it while fielding. The way he used to hit cover drives, I think no one can hit as hard as him.
What brought about that change in you from being that rebellious young kid to now being a confident, calm, self-assured, secure young man?
So when I scored 1,300 runs in the second season, I wasn't picked in the India team where I was expected to be picked. I could see other players going beyond me and being selected even if their performance wasn't as great as me. So I felt, okay, I'll go and ask the selectors what's wrong in me. So I went and asked. They said that you're over-aggressive player and You know, at the highest level, if someone bowls a good ball to you, you won't be able to, you know, survive at that stage. So I thought, okay, let's play the way they want me to, and let's try and see how it helps. And I realized, okay, if I stay longer on the wicket, if I take some time, I can become more. And after that, I started becoming more consistent.
Was there that fear of losing your natural attacking flair?
Never, never. I've always backed my shots. If I see the ball is pitched in my area, I'm just gonna go for it. That's what I say.
Was there a lot of angst as well in the system when you were not being picked, when you scored a ton of runs and the India call never came? Were you at all bitter, cynical, angry? Did all that happen?
I was very angry. I was rude at the same time. I always used to crib about not being selected. But then I realized it's too much to think about. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my batting. And at the same time, I have to enjoy cricket. And when you enjoy, you keep scoring. And I'll just keep doing my job. That is to be consistent in what I'm doing, scoring runs. And one day I'll be selected, and I know that.
So did all these memories come back in a flash the moment you made your India debut? That must have been emotional.
To be honest, I wasn't that emotional when I got the cap. Because I felt that I should have got it way before. तो जब तक मुझे कैप मिला, जब कैप मिला मुझे, I was like, ठीक है, okay, normal, इतना कुछ feel नहीं हुआ.
So this 24-year-old Mumbaikar, this big reputation, goes and captains the Delhi IPL side, Saurav Ganguly in one corner, Ricky Ponting on the other side. Are you like a kid at a toy store saying, boss, kahan aa gaya main?
I was feeling at the start, I was feeling the same way that you said. I was sitting in a Hamlet stores and these two big boys coming in and, you know, handling everything. But the way they handled me, it was really amazing. So yeah, before the game, I used to go to Dada's room. He used to basically call me and we used to talk about the team, what team we have to play. I also feel that tactically he's really good and he has done his studies about all the teams in the IPL. So yeah, he knows what he's talking. And on the other side, Ricky Ponting, I would say he's a very, very fun personality to be with.
So now you're a much calmer captain. If you had an 18-year-old Shreyas Iyer in your team, who is the same rebel, how would you handle him?
I would just let him the way he is. I wouldn't try to change anything in him because we have similar kind of player right now. We have Prithvi Shaw and he really bats the way he wants to. And you can't just control the way he thinks. You can't just be thinking old school, right? You got to get the change. And if you want to play at the highest level, you got to do things differently. You can't just copy what everybody else is doing.
How many bats do you carry in traveling?
I carry three bats because I don't want to get confused. But अभी पता ही नहीं मेरे आधे bats कहाँ पर है. अभी मम्मी ने रखा होगा, उनको ही पूछना पड़ेगा.
Hi.
But there was this bat which Shikhar gifted me during India versus Australia series in Australia. इस किसका शौक से? क्या है बेटी तेरा? जा चल, तेरे को बंद करता चल. हाँ, इधर है.
Okay.
ये वाला शिकर ने दिया था मुझे. मस्त बैट है.
You haven't used it, have you?
I have. Nice ball.
Well, you're not very fussy about specific weights and stuff like that.
No, I'm not. If I get the feel from the bat, then I just use it.
What was the first bat your father bought for you?
The first bat they bought for me, my mom actually was there when I bought it.
Ah.
So it was GM. And when my dad bought, it was BDM. I still remember. वो वाला bat.
Did you make a marking on the bat saying इससे 400, उससे 600?
पहला करता था, अभी नहीं. पहला.
A lot of batsmen have a certain drill that they follow between deliveries. Pads adjust करना, helmet ठीक करना, gloves को फिर से strap करना. What do you do?
I think I just look on the sky, sun को देखता हूँ एक बार ऐसा, और फिर वापस focus करता हूँ.
Bang. So a little boy who was called Ranjan at home in this very house and now India player. What's changed?
See, we have seen his journey from his childhood, like, you know, how he's been peaking, like, you know, in every stages. And we really appreciated the way he has put efforts. When he was around 4 year old, I used to take a plastic ball and we used to play cricket, like. And he used to middle the ball. That is the time, you know, I played a little bit of cricket, so I realized, you know, this guy is good. So something to do
You
with the
realize
genes.
he's better than
yeah.
Already sledging the parents. Just because he's a star now. But I've been told that he used to sledge the mother since very long. Kitchen में जाके sledging करते हैं मम्मी को.
Yeah, absolutely. used to
ये
do
क्या
that.
कहानी है आंटी?
कुछ भी मैं बनाती हूँ तो क्या बिगाड़ रहे हैं ऐसा
He never
आके
used to say, क्या बना रही है मम्मी, क्या बिगाड़ रही हो आज.
तो उससे थोड़ा मोटिवेट होते थे, फिर और
पूछेगा,
अच्छा
अच्छा
बना.
बनाओ.
That's true. Yeah, it was a routine, like, you know, whenever he used to go, are you going to come home for lunch or dinner? क्या बनाऊं? And तो वो बोलता था ठीक है 1 मिनट रुको करके. So he went that side. He bought that small dog. आज इसका बिरयानी बना.
तभी मैं इतना फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया था ना, हर रोज बोल के क्या बनाऊं.
It's very typical of parents in India, Indian middle class. Parents seem to know a lot more about the child. So what are your memories of seeing him become a top level cricketer?
It was very hectic for him, like studies and all the cricketers maybe going through this journey.
Used to go for the practice, then again come for tuition, classes, then again come home, eat food, sleep, morning get up.
Morning,
The
yeah.
same cycle.
And during his
every day.
examination time, he used to get up at 4
I
a.m. in
think
the
all the
morning.
cricketers must have been through.
Yeah.
Only the ones who have studied.
Yeah, they must have gone through this grinding here. Sab log.
Shall I get
Under
her,
16, he was going through a bad phase. He was not performing. So I used to have chats with his coaches, like, you know, without his knowledge, I used to call them up and I used to tell them. So one of his coaches, I wouldn't like to name the coach. He told me कि I don't know, maybe focus नहीं है, concentration नहीं है शायद. तो so many things came into my mind यार. इसका girlfriend है, या is, you know, the wrong company. ऐसा सब मेरा दिमाग में आ गया. Being a father, like, you know, he used to play so well. All of a sudden, his performance started dipping and.
Under 16.
Under 16. Then I thought I'll take him to a sports psychologist. That is where Mugdha Barve, she came into the picture, like, and I took him and she spoke to him. She said he's a nice guy actually, you know, maybe that phase, you know, a bad phase every cricketer goes through. And don't worry, he'll come back.
All success is a function of a lot of sacrifices made by the player himself, the parents as well.
Yeah.
What is it that you sacrificed or you've had to sacrifice over the years?
She has actually been behind him throughout.
Unsung hero.
Well, I used to devote a lot of time from my work, like, you know, I had my business here, my office was here, but then I used to go along with him for matches and all. Till under 16.
Used to stay there only.
Yeah, I used to watch him play, झाड़ के
झाड़
पीछे
के
से.
पीछे उसके
So
सामने.
I didn't want him to, you know, look at me, which can spoil his concentration.
But मैंने सुना है कि she was the one who gave you the first incentive for scoring a 50 and a 100.
Yeah, so she used to give me pizza and burger.
So burger for a 50
Yeah,
and
pizza for 100.
100 century.
लेकिन श्रेयस अय्यर के करियर में वो इंसेंटिव चल गया. Was it something you look forward to saying यार आज तो
तभी
burger?
तो हाँ, तभी I used to just wait for burger and pizza because she used to make amazing pizza. She still makes, but I don't eat nowadays that much. But yeah, those days I used to just crave for it, and I used to just wait for the matches to come so that I could perform and come back and eat.
हाँ. So growing up in a middle class family and then suddenly there is this IPL windfall. तो वो moment याद है जब IPL auction हुआ and you got big money.
Very much,
Where were
very
you?
much. Like
Where was
we
it
were
from?
at home and we knew there was going to be an auction,
Right.
and luckily by God's grace, maybe he was, you know,
First one to.
first one to be picked up. Like
Right.
उसको क्या बोलते? There was a terminology.
uncapped player.
Uncapped player.
Uncapped.
Like, he was the first, and उसका auction चालू हो गया. I told her कि I expect at least say 1 crore for him because he was like, you know, a very good player. वो भी क्रॉस हो गया, 1 क्रॉस हो गया, 1.5 क्रॉस 2. It became unbelievable. Like अरे यार ये क्या हो रहा है? We started getting calls, you know, from everyone. अरे यार you become a crorepati now, Shreyas. And he asked his mom also, मम्मी अभी इतना पैसे का क्या करेगा? On the phone.
Do you get emotional when you look back at those days, those times?
Yeah, I do. I just want to go back and see those days if I could. But yeah, that's the journey, and I'm really glad that we are talking about this interview because we have never spoken about our past before. So it's been a good conversation so far.
यार हाई प्रेशर प्रोफेशन में हो, स्विच ऑफ कर पाते हो क्रिकेट से?
Switch off करना tough है, but we always find a way. For example, as I said, I love playing sports. I go and play football with my friends.
मैंने सुना है जब आप अपने फ्रेंड्स को ट्रोल करना चाहते हो, फोन करते हो, प्ले स्टेशन के बुलाते हो, कि व्हाट्स दैट स्टोरी?
हाँ, तो तभी थोड़ा ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है अंदर से because I know I'm really good in that.
हाँ.
और मुझे पता है कि मैं जिसको बुलाता हूँ वो मेंटली बहुत वीक है मेरे से. तो whenever I call him, I say आजा घर पे, अभी हरने आजा जल्दी, एक और सीरीज हर के वापस चले जा. वैसे भी तुझे आदत तो बहुत हो गया अभी मेरे घर पे आके हारने का. तो I always invite him that way. And he also get frustrated. अरे इसको एक बार तो हरा के मतलब he gets angry, और एंगर में जब खेलते हैं आदमी तो पता है आउट.
खुद से बातें करते हो?
मैं कभी कभी whenever I get I feel lonely in my room, I feel it's good to talk to yourself because you are the one who can motivate yourself when you're alone. And yeah, I keep talking to myself if I am not performing that well, if I am very positive at times, it's always good, I feel.
मैंने सुना है कि प्री आईपीएल रिस्पॉन्स अलग, पोस्ट आईपीएल रिस्पॉन्स अलग लड़कियों का.
नहीं यार, ये खत्म ही कर दो, ये क्वेश्चन मेरे को पूछो ही मत. क्योंकि ये जब भी अगर बाहर जाता है ना तो फिर लोग मीम बना देते हैं तो इट स्प्रेड्स.
घर पे बड़ा तीखा खाना वाना खाते हो मैंने सुना है. लेट्स टेस्ट योर स्पाइसी क्वोशंट.
लेट्स गो.
ओके देन, वेज और नॉन वेज?
नॉन वेज.
केएल राहुल और अभिषेक नैयर?
अभिषेक नायर.
द्रविड और रवि शास्त्री?
द्रविड.
पॉन्टिंग और गंगुली?
पे.
Scarlett Johansson or Deepika Padukone?
Oh, that's a tough one. Both are my favorite.
Linkin Park or the Beatles?
Linkin Park because I have never heard the Beatles.
Ferrari or Audi?
Ferrari.
Football or cricket?
Football.
Dhoni's calmness or Virat's aggression?
Pe.
Tennis on the court or tennis on PS4?
Tennis on the court.
Rafael Nadal or Roger Federer?
Roger Federer.
Cover drive or straight drive?
Straight drive.
हड़ूस मुंबईकर या तड़ी देने वाला मुंबईकर?
तड़ी देने वाला मुंबई का.
Shreyas Iyer, a terrific dancer, or Shreyas Iyer, a very good magician?
Shreyas Iyer, a terrific dancer.
The best cricketer on the planet?
Sir Viv Richards.
So Shreyas, you're 24, you have tons of time left. But do you ever have passing thoughts of, I want to be India captain someday?
Yes, I have. I've never, given a thought about it. At the moment, I'm thinking about present, not thinking much about my captaincy in the future. I just want to, be in the moment and enjoy it right now.
Thank you.